Welcome, everybody. This is the Rotary Club of Worldwide Impact. My name is Arina Rijntjes, and I'll be your host today. The Rotary Club of Worldwide Impact is part of an organization called Rotary International, made up of a global network of 1.4 million neighbors, friends, leaders, and problem solvers in more than 46,000 clubs, doing service above self, locally, globally, and in our case, digitally. We're glad you've joined us, and we hope you enjoy how we explore technology in the service of others. Please don't forget to like and subscribe so you can join us again next time. As a Rotary Club, we approach every conversation as if we are on a shared learning journey. Our goal is to connect with and hear from fascinating and inspiring speakers, often with a message focused on the power of ideas to change lives and, ultimately, the world. And we aim to inspire you to think about how you can make a difference as well. On this occasion, we're joined by historian and journalist Rutger Mazel. Rutger has more than 25 years of experience in radio, television, and online broadcasting, covering national and international politics. He has worked from Washington, D.C., Brussels, and The Hague, and is currently the senior broadcast journalist for the foreign news section of the Dutch NOS Nieuws. Rutger was a 1987 Rotary Exchange student in Modbury, Australia, and the group study exchange team leader. He was the president of Rotary Club of Amsterdam Nachtwacht, and in 2019-2020, he was the governor of District 1580, North Holland. Since the end of October, he has been a member and co-founder of Rotary Club Leefklimaat, an online passport club with a cause. 2023 is a significant year for Rotary members in the Netherlands, as we celebrate the country's first 100 years of service. But I'll hand the mic to Rutger so he can tell us more about this important milestone and its celebrations. Rutger, welcome to Rotary Club of Worldwide Impact. Our digital floor is yours.
Thank you, Arina, and thank you very much for the invite. This meeting that I'm joining now online is the most professional, with forms to be filled in at forehand and afterwards, etc., etc. So that's a big compliment for you, and I think it helps the speaker very much. Tonight's topic is the 100 years of Rotary in the Netherlands. The last few months, that was on my mind constantly because, and Joke knows this, we decided not to make a history book, a commemorative book, but we made a magazine, a anniversary issue of the Rotary magazine. And that was the first time I made a magazine, but I had a very professional help from Janine Klein, who is the editor of all the other Rotary magazines, and she helped me put it together. But she made me editor-in-chief, and that's an honor, but maybe too much of an honor. But it made for me that as an historian, I could dive into the history of Rotary, and I could skip the first like 18 years, because Rotary was founded in 1905 in Chicago, of course, by Paul Harris, and he was a lawyer, as you may know, and he formed, so to say, an organization of local businessmen, professionals, and they tried to set up a sort of lifelong friendship. And the whole part of the service and the goede doelen and service above self, that came later. Paul Harris was from a small town, from another state, and he came to Chicago as a businessman, as a lawyer, and he liked the atmosphere there with among the businessmen. In those times, only men, and they sat together and joined this network, this group, which grew bigger and bigger within some 10 or 15 years. They had chapters in many different countries as well as all over the United States. And it really took off. To the Netherlands, it came in 1923, 100 years ago. Started in Amsterdam, but actually from an idea by two businessmen who had been to the United States, who had been living there and working there. And they came in contact with Rotary through different ways, and they decided to take it back to the Netherlands, and they actually got a question from Rotary in the United States to explore if it was possible to start a club in the Netherlands. Well, they did, and they struggled a little bit in the beginning, and there are two interesting books. Yes, they are in Dutch, but maybe Patrick can translate. They made a commemorative book after 30 years of Rotary in the Netherlands and after 50 years of Rotary in the Netherlands. And from those books, I learned that the businessmen in Amsterdam and later in Rotterdam and The Hague, they found that the way of doing business in the States is quite different from that in the Netherlands. And they couldn't really get the real Rotary atmosphere back in Amsterdam, but they kept on trying. And in the end, they formed on the 29th of January, 1923, the first Rotary Club. Actually, they met, and you've all been at Amsterdam Central Station, and there's this classic restaurant. It's called the First Class Restaurant. Nice old part of the station, and that's one of the places they met. They also met at Hotel l'Europe in the middle of Amsterdam, near the Munt. You all know that place. And you also know the big, not the palace, but the hotel on Dam Square, behind the monument. There's the Hotel Krasnopolski, and part of Krasnopolski is the old building of the Polmans house, and there they also met. That took off, and within 1 or 2 years, there came other clubs. No, actually, within 3 months, there came another club in Utrecht, so they had been busy there as well. And then a year later in Rotterdam, The Hague, and then it started all over the Netherlands. And that's quite an interesting history. Also, we tried to, also for the magazine, to see what the impact was of Rotary in the last 100 years in the Netherlands. And we found that besides, of course, the big project that we do worldwide and where the Netherlands do play a big part, is the End Polio Now campaign. It's been around for over 40 years now, and we started many years ago with the campaign for selling the End Polio Now tulip bulbs, and that really took off. With that, we almost collected $1 million over the last few years, because we also got the help from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, which tripled the amount that we have raised. And that's a very good and effective way of raising money to end polio. On a personal note, I'm not really a person who is in the business of giving money, but I think I give a lot of time to Rotary, and that also means in Dutch, handen uit de mouwen, use your hands, be active, be a person of action. We are all people of action. And back to End Polio Now, I was asked in 2014 to join a polio immunization vaccination team in Pakistan. My first reaction was, hell no, I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to vaccinate children. But then I learned soon that it is done by 2 drops of the vaccine in the mouth of a little child that you take on your lap. And anybody can do that. And that they asked me to join the team for the awareness, to do the promotion, to tell my story after I came back to all different Rotary clubs. And that was a life-changing trip for me as well. I'd never been to Pakistan. We had some days that we were guarded by armed policemen when we went into the poor areas to vaccinate the children there as well. I went to the very poor areas where the children only had the T-shirt that they had been wearing the last half year and will be wearing for the next years, I guess. But it was very rewarding. As I said, it changed my life as well. And there you see that you can join a lot of clubs, you can be at a lot of meetings, but being there in the field, representing Rotary and what we do and the big cause that we stand for and the big disease and virus that we want to end, I think that made me even more a proud Rotarian than just sitting here at a screen and telling the story. And I did I think at least 20, 25 speeches about the end polio now. And of course they got, I think, 2 or 3 articles in the magazine that I made because back to 100 years of Rotary in the Netherlands, I said it was one of the projects that really made a difference, that made an impact. And we also tried to find clubs who had been doing long-lasting projects. You'll find them in the magazine as well. Some people do the Christmas Man Run every December and raise money by that. Others do a lot of in the field of literacy. Others do handing out food for the homeless, and they all make a difference and make impact in a different way on a local level or on a worldwide level. And I think with a worldwide impact club as yours, I think you can also learn from the different projects that are being done there. And I think that in the last 100 years, Rotary in the Netherlands has developed its own style, its own kind of people, the people of action. And as I said before, some people, and especially Americans, like to give a lot of money and feel that they are a good Rotarian then, and they are. But I think that in the Netherlands, we do see a lot of people of action who go out there in their local communities and try to make a difference. And especially in these times, we've also seen it around the crisis, the war in Ukraine that started some 10 months ago. Rotary worldwide, but also in the Netherlands, came together and started all different funds and projects to help the people of Ukraine there. And I think that also in the time before that with Corona and COVID, Rotarians made use of their network to help others. I can go on and on and on and on because I am a kind of storyteller. I'm a journalist, I'm a Rotarian, I'm a historian, but the time is limited. And I do a little bit more promotion of all the festivities. And I think that's also why Joke is here, how you can join in the coming year to celebrate this centennial with us. Because as I just told, it started all in Amsterdam, but from the beginning, we tried not to make it a Amsterdam party, but to make it a nationwide party, a party that also will make impact and that will actually go around all of the Netherlands, connecting all the Rotary Act and Rotary clubs, more than 500 plus clubs, in a relay, in a relay by bike or walking or whatever you want to do, as long as it is sustainable. So no old-timer cars with dirty diesel fuel, please. And the kickoff of all this, and you will all find this on rotary.nl/100, rotary.nl/100. There you find all the information. And besides a party with a program in the evening in the Amsterdamse Stad Schouwburg, of course, now called with an English name, International Theatre Amsterdam, ITA, but in Amsterdam, we keep trying to say Schouwburg. There's an evening program for the very nice price of just 50 euros. You can join the festivities, but maybe, no, not more important, but as important is the program in the afternoon in the historic Olympic Stadium in Amsterdam, where we actually start the relay with all the Amsterdam clubs and clubs from all over the Netherlands with a program. Yes, it's going to be called because it's January still, but we'll try to make it a warm program, and there we will in the end, after the program, start the relay also going on bikes from the Olympic Stadium to the Leidseplein where the Schouwburg is. As I said, all information can be found on rotary.nl/100, and you can always email me if you need more information. And if you want to be there, please buy your tickets before Christmas or even tonight if you want, because then we know who is coming and who we can celebrate this centennial with. And I think I'll leave it there, but I'm of course more than willing to answer your questions if there are any.
Well, thank you, Rutger. And yeah, this is the moment to ask questions. So if there is anyone who would like to ask a question, please raise your hand or make it known. I see Colette has a question.
Yes, thank you, Arina. Excuse me, I don't have my video on because my connection is very bad. I hope you can hear me clearly. Rutger, I was wondering, you told about 100 years of Rotary in the Netherlands, and you told the website where we can see what all the festivities are like. But I was wondering, maybe you can give us a scoop or something about the relay. I understood that with the relay, we are going to go through all the different districts in the Netherlands. Mm-hmm. But maybe you have a surprise or something really looking forward, because all the clubs can join and can share a project or some initiative. Maybe you can tell us something about that.
Yeah, Joke, you're going to help me, Joke, with this one.
Okay, Joke can answer also. That's okay.
No, I'll start. I think you will be surprised by what we are going to do in the Olympic Stadium. There's going to be a real nice, what we call in Dutch, aftrap, with a typical Dutch bike that was sponsored by somebody, with one of the former Rotary International presidents. We're trying to get him on a bike as well. All kinds of entertainment, food trucks, whatever. And later in the year, when it comes to your district, and I understand you're actually in the district of Joke 1550 as a club, but of course you're worldwide and you're online, but you choose, I guess, this district to join the relay. And there, the governors are in charge to organize the relay and the clubs. So Joke can maybe urge you to join the festivities there if she knows something about it, because I don't know about 1550.
Well, I can tell a little. It would be really nice if you can join us for the relay. It's a sustainable relay, as Rutger mentioned. And we try to, get as much exposure as we can to be really people of action, not the old gray people. Sorry. And then actually the next governor, Guido Reinings, is planning to participate in all the relay in our district. We've got in the Netherlands 7 districts, and there are 7 areas of focus. And well, our area of focus in District 1550 is economic and social. What is it?
Development, I guess.
Development. Yeah. Yes, that's the word. So if you have a project, when you can join us, or you can sponsor miles or whatever. There's a lot to be done, and there's some clubs do have special actions. They have a special bike to take people who are a bit disabled or elderly people on this special bike. Then they join us in this relay. It's good fun, I think, and we hope for a lot of pictures and nice short movies with windmills and perhaps some skating or whatever. It's yeah.
Yeah, and I'm very much looking forward to your ideas about how you're gonna do a relay online, but maybe with other online clubs. That is welcome. Those ideas are still welcome as well. I do see Arina in the chat.
Yeah,
a few
there's a
questions
question
as well.
from Devin.
Yeah. What advice could you share with young Rotarians, new clubs, e-clubs like us? First of all, keep doing this because you are Rotary 2.0, the new Rotary, the attractive Rotary. And as a district governor, I've seen many clubs struggle as well. They are like 60 years old, 75 years old, and they keep doing the same trick and the same activities every year. But people come and go, people get older and they get bored or they get in a fight or whatsoever. And sometimes they need a restart or they just die off as a club. But I think that initiatives like yours, but also the one that I'm now a member of, Leefklimaat, the cost-based club online, I think that is the future of Rotary without losing all the fellowship. And where do you see Rotary in the Netherlands in the next couple of years? Well, I guess about the same answer. We do see that membership is declining, getting less and less, but sometimes it helps when you get a little bit smaller and grow from there again. But there are enough initiatives, and I still see a bright future for Rotary in the Netherlands, and that's also what we're going to show during the relay, because that's also a very big PR communications moment that people in the Netherlands can see what we did, but also what we stand for and what we're going to do for the communities all around the Netherlands.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for the questions, Devin, and thank you. Patrick, it's your moment.
Final question, Patrick.
Final question, yeah. You've been an exchange student yourself, Rutger. You know, a lot of us are being part in the past of Rotaract.
Mm-hmm.
How are the current exchange students, interactors, and Rotaract is going to be involved? Because we're looking back at 100 years of Rotary.
Yeah.
Looking forward to the future of the clubs, like you said. So how are we going to?
Well, as you know, even better than I do, that Rotaract is now part of the Rotary family. Maybe just like me, you don't really understand what it means, but we try to find out. And also in Basel, at the last institute, there was a almost day-long session about that as well, and how Rotaract and Rotary can learn from each other, work together, etc., etc. But actually, the map of the relay was made by a Rotaractor, Martin Bilo, also from, where is he from, Joke? From what city? From 1550. So they were involved from the beginning to celebrate with us, and they're gonna go because, and as I also mentioned, the relay is not just along all the Rotary clubs, but also the Rotaract clubs. So they're gonna be involved on regional and district level as well. The exchange students are gonna play a part, of course, as well in the relay. They know about the program, and they gonna be play a part in the Olympic Stadium and on stage in the Schouwburg as well. So they are there. And interact, that's the most difficult for me. It is also the smallest and sometimes hard to get in contact with, but they all have a sponsor club and a sponsor school, as I'm aware, and so through those channels, they will be involved as well. Absolutely.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for all the answers. You too, Yoko, by the way. Okay, well, thank you everybody for your questions and for joining us for this recording. You may be hearing this on your favorite podcast service, watching it on our YouTube channel, or viewing it on our club's website. If you enjoy the program, share it with a friend, and please feel free to give us a 5-star rating. So with that, I'd like to thank you, Rutger, for being here with us, and I'll give you the mic for one last remark.
Yes, and that's where the presents come in, because the magazine I mentioned will be on your doormat sometime next week, just before Christmas. And of course, I need to say this, on an online club, it will be online as well. So you can read the magazine on your laptop or any device as well during the cold Christmas days. And we hope to see you all on the 28th in Amsterdam, either in the Olympic Stadium, the Stadsschouwburg, or both.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.